Hi there, I'm Heather, and this is episode 4 of Wear Your Damn Knits. Today we'll look at 3 outfit ideas and talk about how we can wear our damn knits. This is my Driftwood sweater by Isabell Kraemer, and it is one of her free patterns. I knit this for the Yarniacs Colors of Fall knit along in 2022. I used Cascade 220 worsted non-superwash, 2 skeins of this light gray, and then 1 skein each of the coral, teal, gold, this kind of fuchsia color, and the mint green. Love this sweater. It is a little big. I did knit 2 inches shorter on the arms and on the body, but it's still really pretty. I always have to cuff the sleeve. It's pretty big on me. Super slouchy. I love it. It's really comfortable, but it is a little bigger than I expected. The pattern calls for buttons. I actually did a snap tape here rather than sewing on all these buttons. So to accommodate that, I did a little bit wider placket and then just sewed on this snap tape. I like that. It's been, it's kind of a fun little addition. So a little bit less fussy than sewing the buttons and buttonholes. So I knit 2 rows of stockinette in the gray. I'm just going to show you with the larger size needle before switching needle sizes to the smaller size and doing the 10 rows of 2x2 rib. And I did that for both the cuffs and the bottom hem. I wanted to avoid those purl bumps. I don't always like the way that looks. Yeah, and that's my Driftwood sweater. Again, it's one I really like. I would knit this again. I would probably knit the medium instead of the large because it is really generous. My gauge might have been a little off. I mean, I knit this, almost 4 years ago? I don't remember, but even so, great pattern, love it. So let's look at the Driftwood 3 ways. So the everyday classic is a look that I'd wear, every day. Think jeans, casual shoes, and some fun accessories. Here I'm wearing a white thermal shirt it's actually from Costco, mid-blue stovepipe jeans from Madewell, and kind of a yellowish Red Wing boot. The sweater is pretty oversized, so I've kind of tucked it in a little bit, and I've just really paired it with a slimmer jean for balance. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I try to avoid looking rectangular. Super easy, casual, but still comfortable outfit that I would wear every day. The elevated workday is a little more polished with third pieces, trousers or skirts, and maybe some professional elements. Here I'm wearing a black denim skirt by Madewell, a white H&M button down underneath the Driftwood sweater, charcoal tights, and gray suede boots by Blondo. The Driftwood is a pretty casual sweater, so I really just leaned into that and went with more of a casual work look. Maybe a casual Friday for those of you who have dressier offices, or every day for those of you who have more casual offices. Finally, the wild card is an unexpected look, at least for me. For today's wild card, I'm embracing color. I've got navy cigarette pants by Alfani on the bottom, and then I have grabbed a fuchsia. It's a bracelet sleeve vintage jacket by Relativity, and I've got that slung over my arm with a bright pink Kate Spade bag. And as for shoes, I've added even more color with some magenta suede T-strap pumps by Nine West. So really embracing the color on this one and kind of taking some risks, at least for me. You could even do like a bright earring, maybe like a turquoise or something to bring out some of that mint tone or some of those cooler tones. I think it's kind of fun. Had to kind of think outside of the box here. Again, you'll notice that I've kind of tucked the sweater in a little bit just so that we avoid that rectangular look. I did that as well in the elevated workday. So I can't wear the Cascade 220 next to skin. I have kind of princess skin. So I did wear, as you saw, either that thermal shirt with both the wild card and the everyday classic and with the button down in the elevated workday. Typically, I just wear kind of more of a scoop or ballet neck thermal or long sleeve t-shirt under it just to, add a little bit of something, but also just keep my princess skin from being sensitive. What have I been working on? I've been working on my no frills sweater by Petite Knit. Let me grab it right here. I'm knitting it in Knitting Wit sock yarn in the We Can Work With That colorway, held double with the Aloft by Knit Picks in the shade Tarragon. And it's really coming out in this really cool, my daughter calls it a Venus flytrap color. So as you can see, I have got the sweater done. Body is done all the way down. And I am on Sleeve Island. I despise DPNs, so I do all my sleeves with either like a 9 or 10-inch circular or with magic loop. And this one, I happen to have the right needles for these short circs. I find the short circs are a little bit hard on my wrists, but I like them so much better than DPNs. So I just slog through Sleeve Island and try to break it up if my wrists are getting sore. I'm super happy with this sweater. So far, I have knit everything according to pattern except these raglan increases. I just did a really straight make one right, make one left. Petite Knit's pattern had a little bit of twisting things around and I just could not make it work right. So I did just a really standard make one right, make one left, following the pattern that I had used in the Trescau sweater by Along Avec Anna. And it's worked out really well. You can see they're nice. If you hear any noise in the background, my cat is tromping around on just to the right of me. But as you can see, we've got some really nice raglan increases here. Love this nice, really thick, I guess it's a thicker neckline. Yeah, really loving this pattern, loving this sweater. I will admit, I get a little bored with straight stockinette. Because I'm getting a little bored with stockinette, I am doing some work on the Isabellita shawl by Casapinka. This is in a verdigris tonal yarn. Love it. It's so gorgeous. With twice sheared sheep sock yarn, say that 3 times fast, in the natural colorway. And just a fun, easy little pattern. Sometimes, you go on autopilot and I kind of misread the instructions. So this stockinette section right here is actually not called for in the pattern, but I'm leaving it there and I'll just be repeating it as I move along in the sections. It's fine. I don't mind. It was part of the setup rows and I just kept going with it. But yeah, just a super fun little, there's knits, purls, slip stitches, but nothing super fancy. And it makes this great texture. All right, so that one's in progress and I'm really, really happy with it. Looking forward to having that in my wardrobe. I don't have any shawls in these more kind of bluer tones. So the kind of blue-green teal verdigris, which I love. Really looking forward to being able to wear that. And then finally, I actually did a new cast on. So I don't know if y'all are following the news, but I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it is January 2026. We've had a rough month. So I have been doing a lot of kind of hunkering down and really feeling very distracted and pulled in a lot of different directions. I think many people are feeling that, and I am not alone. What do we knitters do when we are feeling out of sorts? We knit. So I started a new project today. This is, hold on, I'm getting there. The pattern, it was right here. This is the Kitten Catch Mitten by Handmade by Florence. See it backwards there. And we're going to get in really close. You see this darling little cat head on the back of the mitten and the freaking fish on the thumb. I could not love this more. I am so excited to be working on these. They are for my oldest child. My 24-year-old has a kind of a 20-year-old car, so it takes a long time to warm up, and Mama wants to make sure their hands are warm. So we are making some mittens that they can keep in the car and maybe even slide over like a really thin glove. So this is as far as I've gotten, right? I'm starting on my Latvian braid for the cuff. Haven't even started with the corrugated rib. The colors are okay. So this one, this natural color, let me find there it is. It's kind of a special yarn. It's a white-faced woodland sheep from northwest England and is 100% undyed white-faced woodland wool, scoured, carded, and spun in West Yorkshire, UK. So it's fun little yarn. It's really nice. It is a little thinner than Jamieson and Smith, the 2-ply jumper weight, and the color is FC24 mix, but it's kind of this pretty, a little bit heathery, sagey green, leaning into olive. So not as light as a sagey, but you can see that there's some yellow tones and blue tones in there. Just a really pretty colorway. And so I'm hoping these turn out to be as diverting as I think they will be, because I need some diversion. So you might notice with my project bags, I use a wide variety. I can be pretty utilitarian. I like to use what I've got. So this is one I got, I don't know, maybe Temu or Amazon or something like that. It's just a canvas bag. It's actually super cute. It's reversible. No pockets, no bells and whistles, but I just throw my stuff in here. I've got a lip balm always. Got my needles, got my yarn. And then I have these little containers that I just have a bunch of containers made up with stitch markers. These are from David's Tea. So when I order tea from David's Tea, the little samples come in these little containers, and I save them because they are fantastic for stitch markers and other things like that. This bag is actually sold as a project bag, and this is by Hide and Hammer. I really like this one, but I'm going to be honest, I don't use all the features of it. It's got this, you can fold it down and kind of turn it into a lunch bag style. You can wear it on your wrist. You can, there's tons of pockets inside. I don't use them. I love the material. It's this waxed canvas, and I like the versatility of, the longer or shorter, but I just don't use all the features. This, I think I got maybe on Etsy, sold as a project bag, and it came with a little zipper bag with it. Can't even tell you where it came from. Oh, here we go. The brand is Joyed, Joyed. It's probably reversible as well. It's got the cream on the inside and the gray on the outside. As you see, I am a paper pattern person. I often make notes on my patterns. I usually have, right here, post-it notes, and a pen. Yep, right here. So I can mark things off. So in this project bag, I've also got a tape measure and a little scissors. So I just throw in random stuff, and my project bags are often kind of together in either, I'm in my living room right now, so they're either in my living room knitting area or my TV room knitting area, so I can kind of vulture them from one to another. Hadn't planned to talk about project bags or what I keep in them, but here we are. Why not? Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Like I said, it's been a rough time in Minneapolis and Minnesota the past month, and knitting is really keeping me grounded. And, doing this is just a really good way for me to feel connected to maybe just the larger world, the larger knitting world. So thank you for joining me for this episode of Wear Your Damn Knits. Please share, subscribe, like, and comment. Drop your questions, comments, outfits below. I'd love to see how you wear your damn knits. Take care and keep on knitting.